Hi, this is Karen from CardioGolf, and this is your CardioGolf hip mobility workout. So why is it important to have mobility in your hips? Well, your hips are your center point of your body. So they determine how well you can turn, shift your weight. They determine how much power you can have in your golf swing. So if your hips are tight, specifically your hip flexors, those muscles in front here, then it's going to be hard to turn into your backside. If your hip flexors are tight, then what's going to end up happening is you're going to use your upper body on the downswing instead of extending those hips towards the target. If the hips are tight, they usually tend to tighten up your lower back because your lower back ends up working more. So we need to loosen up those hip muscles for you to improve your golf swing. For this workout, we're going to use the CardioGolf Shorty Club and Slope. If you don't have these items, you can always modify and do the exercises flat on the floor, but you're going to see that with the CardioGolf Slope, we're going to be able to get a deeper stretch and better balance. So you'll want to get yours at cardiogolf.com. So just tuck your Shorty Club under your slope so it's out of the way, and we're going to do some warm-up exercises to get the back of the legs and the hips warmed up. So what you're going to do is just put your toes on top of the slope like this. If you don't have a slope, then you'll just go flat on the toes and then roll back up. And we're just doing this exercise dynamically. So think a little bit about your core here. Keep your belly, then come back down and then alternate on the other side. So you're just trying to get a little bit of motion going in the back of the, if your hips are tight, this extension will be more difficult. So you really, and then come up here and just try to balance, and then you're alternating. You have to step and then hold yourself and lift up. So if you have any tightness in your hip right here, it's going to be difficult like this, trying to bring those hip flexors in a 90-degree position, lifting your knees towards position right here. If you're tight, it may be hard for you to hold this position, so you need to work up to that, and that's why we're doing these exercises. All right, for this next exercise, we're going to get on the floor, so if you need to grab a mat to lay on, go do that. So what you want to do is lower your tail, lift up into that hip ridge. So the idea is to try to make a nice plank line from your hip flexor all the way to your knee. You hold it for a breath, and then lower down gently. Don't slam onto your tailbone. Read 10 to 15 repetitions. The idea is these muscles tend to be tight because we sit a lot, so you really need to loosen these muscles up. If you flex both feet, so you're just holding the stretch for about 10 to 15 seconds, depending on your flexibility, you might feel this a little bit more. If you can, straighten your knee. You can also rotate that right hip. So we're using the left hip in extension and the right hip is in rotation. And that's what you do in the golf swing. So this is a great exercise. Your turn head and switch. So now you're stretching that right hip flexor, this muscle right here, and your left knee is bent right there, leaning a little bit into the slope, holding it. One side might be tighter than the other, so you might have to work up to this. And then from here, go out 8 to 10 repetitions on this side. Pushing off if you want to add a little bit of balance. That's good work right there. And then you want to go and stretch. So we're actually going to use the slope to do that. So what you want to do is sit sideways on the slope like this so that there's support for your hip, and then you're extending one leg, those internal, external hip rotators, the inner and outer thighs, your glutes. And then from here, you're going to just add some rotation. So you're going to reach behind you and then rotate open. Reach behind you and rotate. You're extending that top leg. And then right here, you're sitting. You're going to feel it right here. So you might have to just work into this. And then you're adding that rotation, opening up that chest and back. So there's kind of a theme in this workout. Nice. All right, from here, you're going to sit on your rear end like this. And then again, the slope gives a little bit of support since it's on a down slope right here. You can extend your legs and the gravity helps you lean forward and really opening up those hips right here. Try to extend your legs open right here and then you can gradually just reach longer and you're just stretching, so you'll feel this. And then also it's a standalone workout if you want to do the circuit 2 to 3 times. So go ahead and stand up and then grab your shorty club. And let's just do a few practice swings to end this workout. So get on an upslope and then really feel like you're sitting into your back hip. You should feel like you could be able to turn your back to the target easily. Good work, guys. So that's your CardioGolf hip mobility workout. If you do these exercises, I promise you that's really going to help those hips, which will help you get more power and fluidity in your golf swing.